Waiting to see if it's picking up, taking the stream, and then we'll get started. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all well. I am dealing with I think my own current devil right now. So it's kind of timely. And it just seems like it's not going through again. Wow. What is going on? Oh no, here we are. Okay. It looks like the stream's going through. Okay, guys. Well, let me know in the chat if something happens, if this drops, because I don't know what was going on with the Wi-Fi yesterday, but the speed was really slow for some reason, just around the time that I was doing the video. But guys, let's talk about this new level, new devil, okay? Because it's really important that we as a spiritual community really grasp this. And I want to go over a couple of important things. I'm getting a message to deliver to you guys of the importance of of one of the things I'm going to get into that we all need to be doing in order to kind of combat and face the biggest devil that we're all collectively facing right now at this current time. So, hi everyone. Hi Derek, Edward, Scott, Vaporama, Julie. Nice to see you all here. All right. So, one of the problems, or I should say one of the hurdles that we often face when we're learning how to work with energy and we're learning how to align ourselves with the flow of energy and not get in our own way and not get tripped up on a lot of different things that may make us feel like we're not on our right path, is that when things are going really well, it's a pretty clear indication that you're on your path, like you're in the flow and you're in alignment with your higher self and everything's really great. But what can happen, because this did come up in my coaching calls, as I mentioned yesterday on that very brief 5-minute stream that I was able to get out, that what's been coming up is that when you finally start making choices and things seem to be going well, and then you hit another hurdle, and then you hit another hurdle, and all of a sudden, like there's a few hurdles that come in or obstacles, and you feel like maybe you've done something wrong, or maybe you've diverted off the path. And that's not necessarily true. It's important to understand that as we all level up, that we're going to face a brand new devil that's going to be bigger and stronger and darker than the last one that we just conquered. And oftentimes that devil will show up when things are going really well. And it's because it's to kind of stop you. Part of it is the ego, okay? Part of it is our ego that's not really comfortable, that we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and that we're finally breaking free of some of these programs that have held us in a state of perhaps lack consciousness or low self-worth or, all of these things that very many of us go through in our own journey. And so it's important to understand that as you level up, the tests are going to get harder. And oftentimes when you're seeing these hurdles come up along your path, they are not telling you always that you're on the wrong path. They're telling you it's time to test what you've learned. Are you ready for the next level? How bad do you really want this? Are you invested in this on a soul level? And those are important challenges that we all need to go through on this planet, okay? This planet is not a vacation planet. Earth is not where we come to go on vacation on a soul level, okay? We come here to level up to the highest degree. So the tests are going to get harder, and oftentimes what gets challenged a lot is our solar plexus and our root chakra, and our sacral chakra as well. The lower three chakras tend to get attacked through these new devils, okay? But I want you to understand that when the solar plexus ignites, okay, this is when you're facing a new devil, it is an opportunity for you to really ignite your solar plexus, to stand in your power, to have confidence in yourself, to finally take on the beast that is before you and know that you are here, that your light is brighter than the darkness of this big shadow that you're looking down, that you can conquer it. And as you level up, remember, through our journey, you are gathering more tools every single time to be in your toolbox, skills that you have to navigate this crazy journey on earth, so that when you do meet your next devil, you've got everything that you need. It's exactly like a video game when you're on playing in different levels and you acquire new gadgets or tools or whatever, like maybe more coins. Like, I don't know how they do video games. I haven't played video games since I was before 20, so I don't know what they're like anymore. But it's important to understand this. And the reason is because right now we're going through a massive great awakening. And the question that many of you are going to be facing right now is, do I want to sit on the sidelines of the great awakening and watch it happen? Or do I want to say, Coach, put me in, I'm ready to be part of this. I'm ready to be part of the great awakening and work in the great awakening. Actually be in it, not watching from the sidelines. And right now we're really being called. We're all doing great work, but we can do better. Okay. We need to amp it up because the devil is getting bigger and we need to grow stronger. We need to bring in more of that confidence. It's so important. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that the more skills that you acquire, it means you're more capable to face the next devil. Okay. And one of the things that we need to really grasp as those on the front line is how important it is to face your fears. The devil is basically your fear, okay? And the fear is a program. You do not come into this world fearful. It is programmed into you. And so we are being faced to confront our fears so that they no longer control us. This is all about divine sovereignty. It's about us reclaiming our own personal soul sovereignty back. And also reclaim the boundaries that we've given away, that we've not realized have been, in many cases, easily taken away from us because we've been so programmed into this system. And so you've got to face the devil. You've got to stare it down right in the eyes. And oftentimes, think about this, your light, okay? Your light is getting brighter every time you start to move through your fears and you're moving along this journey and you're evolving as a soul. Your light, if it were to actually shine on that devil, if you were to actually, instead of avoid it, because a lot of us tend to do that, myself included, okay? When it starts to get really big, you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this one. There becomes a very uncomfortable feeling within us that we're facing a darkness within us that we don't like. And we want to pretend it's not there. And the ego will often convince us, okay? I was actually talking to a client about this yesterday, that the ego is really good at rationalizing that the problem isn't that much of a problem. It isn't that bad. Your darkness isn't that dark, okay? And that's the ego so that you don't exit the comfort zone and move into an area that will allow you to grow and get stronger and become more free in essence, okay? So reclaiming the boundaries that you've given away is so important. Flip your light switch on because the devil's shadow shrinks when you do. Right now, if you're not facing if you're avoiding your fears, if you're avoiding the things that are kind of coming up and facing you right now, like there may be a new part of your journey that you're getting ready to embark upon, okay? Maybe it's, you really want to put yourself out there. For some of you, like you're really wanting to start your YouTube channel or you want to start a podcast, and I full-heartedly say, please do it now. Okay. We need more voices in this community. There are nowhere near enough. We need to let that voice get stronger and stronger. What is holding you back? What are you worried about? What judgments are you worried about? What fears are you facing that is preventing you from doing it? Because oftentimes we get stuck in the inaction in the spiritual community. The spiritual community is known for not taking a lot of action. We're working more with the energies and we're not really in our masculine energy as much as we need to be. This is a time, like I talked about this May energy that came up a couple months ago, the divine masculine is rising in all of us. It is time to step up to the plate. You need that divine masculine energy in partnership with your feminine energy to face the devils every single time. And it's because you need to take action. You need to be protective of your own boundaries. You need to have that structure and that will and that desire and the fortitude to be very direct in your path on how you're going to move forward. So remember that your perception of what this devil is always going to be worse than what it actually ends up being. Okay, we've been programmed really well to perceive the shadow as it actually being the shadow. Okay, like that shadow is actually that big dark shadow. But when you think about something like a man behind the curtain, and there's a big shadow and he looks so big, but when you pull the curtain away, like it's just a tiny person, it's not that big it's not a big monster. It's just this small person trying to act big. And that's really what our fears are, right? False evidence appearing real. And so it's really time that we kind of face these. So please, when you're on your journey and you feel like you may be coming up against some of these hurdles and it feels like you're on the wrong path, it's not. You're getting ready to face a new devil. And that's so important. And also, right now, we are being attacked at the very root chakra of our being. None of us feel safe right now. None of us feel safe. We're all being attacked. And we have to be able to face the fears of where we don't feel safe right now. Where do you not feel safe, and how do you build that safety up? That is one of the biggest devils that many of us are facing right now, even as a collective. When you look at the world, there's so much fear being pummeled into our psyche and our consciousness and our energy fields, because it helps when someone's not safe, when someone doesn't feel safe, they don't, all they want to do is retreat. They have nothing to stand on. They don't feel strong. They don't feel confident. It completely destroys any foundation that you have to build yourself up and be a strong warrior. So really focus on what areas you don't feel safe in and what's holding you back in that way. I also wanted to talk about one other thing here. It's just completely left my mind though. Where did it go? Where did that thought go? Geez, why did that just happen? Oh, so let me just tell you guys that, currently, like okay, there's two things I want to say here. I am currently going through my own devil literally right now. In fact, I think that's why this video got delayed, yesterday until today, because I'm literally going through a devil rearing its head up in front of me as I started to level up. Over the eclipse, I really tried to take back my personal power. I really started to make safety like my number one thing of me feeling safe and building all of that up in all areas of my life, whether it's finance, relationship, home, like everything I just wanted to feel safe in. And so I started doing that for myself, and it really started to take off, and I really started to be in a really good place. Like energetically, I've been feeling really great. And then bam, the last 2 days, something's come in to kind of shake me. And it's literally an old program that's coming in to take me out of the empowerment that I find myself in, and to bring me back into a place of more lack consciousness, more like less self-worth, and not taking risks, and that's not who I am. I am a risk taker. Like that's just my nature. And that's how I like to live my life. I kind of like to live my life a little bit on the edge. I'm okay with that. Whatever the consequences are, I'll take them. That's me personally. Not everyone needs to be like me. That's just who I am. And I've done things to help build the safety so that I can take some of those risks. And so this has kind of been coming up for me, and I had the same thing where I'm just like, wow, maybe I'm not supposed to make this decision or this choice, because I'm coming up to a point where I need to make a big choice, a big decision about something in my life. And I realized today, it really just kind of hit me over the course of this day as I'm getting ready to do this video for you guys. And I'm like, oh my gosh, total divine timing that this video didn't get put out yesterday and it needs to come out today, because I'm starting to realize the old matrix fingers of trying to pull me into the old programming to keep me in a place that isn't, where I see myself now, how I feel about myself, what I think about myself, and what the decision that I would make would represent the new me, like this more empowered me. And now I'm being faced with all these doubts and questions, like maybe you shouldn't. And it's not even my stuff, it's other people's stuff. And I'm like, wow, I just need to completely disconnect and realize this is just the next devil coming up saying, we don't want you to move forward. And that's just not how we're going to play this game, because right now we all really need to move forward. We need to step up our game. I'm going to give a shout out to one of my clients. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. Okay. Last week I had a session with you and I gave you an exercise to do. It was the mirror work. And it's an intensive 9.5-month exercise that does not produce overnight results. It produces results in increments. And sometimes you'll see big flashes and sometimes it'll just be slow increments. But it takes commitment. You are the first client that I've given that to that has actually done it now for 5 months. And I told you how proud I am of you. I want you to know that is commitment to yourself. That is commitment to facing the biggest devil that has held you down. And I hope that you keep up with it, because that mirror work transformed me as a person on a very deep soul level that I don't think many understand. If you were to commit yourself to a daily exercise of 30 minutes a day, standing in front of a mirror, naked, and having to honor every curve of you and not judge yourself for 1 second, and do that every day for 9.5 months and never miss a day or know you have to start over at day 1 again. That exercise is something that completely transformed me and allowed me to move out of the lack consciousness that I was stuck in and living in survival mode of not thinking I wasn't good enough. And I just want to say to you, I am so proud of you. And this is by no means any of my other clients who've tried it and haven't stuck with it. I just want you to know that there is something powerful to that transformation, that when you can actually commit to yourself in that way, and these are the kind of things that we're up against. We're facing massive devils that want to keep us down. It wants to put the thumb and hold you down in a place where you are easily controlled and manipulated, whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's through your belief systems, whatever it is. We're all facing something, but it comes to a time where you have to step up, level up, and face it. And right now, we are being called from such a deep place right now that we have to show up. There is no other option right now. We have to show up as a family, as a collective, as individuals. We need to just put all of the lack consciousness bullcrap behind us, that of whatever it is. You don't think you're good enough, you don't think you have enough to say, you don't think your voice is worth listening to, you don't think that you're educated enough, you don't think you have enough experience or a diploma or whatever it is that you need to do whatever it is that you got to do right now. Screw it, throw it all out. That's matrix programming. You got to really pull in on that solar plexus confidence right now, because we really need more voices in the community. We really need to be stepping up. There is too much resistance coming in, and although I really do feel like we're all going to be in a better place after this, I really feel like we still need to step it up. I don't feel like we're all giving it 100%, okay? And we need to give it 100%. And I throw myself in that mix too. I'm not pretending that I'm less more than or anything like that. So I just really wanted to put that out there, and I want to say thank you to that client for doing that, because you've seen the shifts happen, and then you found your next devil and you thought maybe it wasn't working anymore, and it's not. You're just facing the next devil because you're stronger, you're more equipped, and you're more of a threat now to that devil, to the darker energies, to the dark side of life. And when I say the dark side of life, it could be as innocuous as just you not thinking you're good enough to have the dreams that you deserve, to live the life that you've always wanted. Okay. So I just really want you guys to embrace your own personal power, to know that we're all being tested at this time, and that every time you level up, there's always going to be a bigger devil ahead of you. So prepare for it. Know that that's coming. And I also want to say this, this is another thing that I wanted to say, is that and I mentioned this actually in an interview that's going to be coming out. For those of you who are on my newsletter, I'll send out the link to this interview I did yesterday. I think she's going to upload it really soon. We talked about this on the interview. The frequency, the energies right now are so intense, and there's so much chaos, and we're going through levels up as you go through. Sorry, I'm just getting a little excited right now. If you are committed to yourself and you are doing your dark shadow work, you are going into the depths of the places that most people don't have the courage to look at because they want to pretend it's not there. If you're doing that work, I guarantee you're going to start moving through that process really fast, okay? And you're going to start seeing another devil every time you level up. And you're going to go through that leveling up process really fast, because I'm noticing that there's very little downtime in between leveling up and then meeting the next devil. And it seems to be speeding up. And I think that it's because there's so much going on right now. There's so much that's coming at us to keep us down. And also there's so much contrast of like this beautiful light energy coming up from us facing the darker energies trying to get their power back and strengthen. And so there's like a real struggle and conflict happening here, that a struggle for energetic control. And so just know that as you're moving through this, expect to have less downtime in the processing and enjoying that new level, like really enjoying that place, because I was really enjoying the groove I was in. I was like, wow, this is so amazing. I'm just loving this. And then bam, next devil. So just know that that's happening and be aware of it. Don't be afraid of it. Take it on as an opportunity, as a challenge to get to take it as like you're at the end of the next level already. Wow. Like now all you got to do is just conquer this next devil and you're on to the next phase of like enjoying life even more, feeling way better about yourself, loving yourself more, having more opportunities flow in, perhaps meeting more of your own soul family coming in, more like-minded people that you can share and feel supported by, feeling more safe. All of that stuff starts to come in. So, so that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so let me just kind of read through the comments here, guys. And I'm glad like the stream like held up. Vapor Emma, not a vacation planet. Earth is not a vacation planet at all. Okay, Nick, that's what's freaking you out. You don't know if you want to level up or if you're struggling on this level. Okay, cool. And that's like the part like sorry, my nose is kind of running from crying. That's the part that's really kind of hard to discern. And that's really important. It's part of our discernment lesson as we're going through these energetic upgrades that we work ourselves through, as we learn more knowledge, as we become more acquainted with our own truth and the truth of this world. Discernment becomes one of your ultimate weapons, ultimate skills, I should say, to have in your ammo, because you need to know, really get aware of the energy signature of the old programs and the next devil. Okay. Like you just start to pay attention to that energy and really familiarize yourself with it. So when it comes in, you kind of know more and you can spot it a lot faster. Okay. Edward, you're just waiting for your opportunity. You'll be ready. No, don't wait. Start creating. No waiting. Creating is the thing. And that's not like me picking on you, Edward. Like, if you're ready, do it now. Do it now. Would love to have you in the community and in whatever form, fashion that you're seeing yourself do that. Okay. Sometimes we tend to wait for the right time or the right opportunity to present itself, a sign that tells us that. And we're kind of in a place right now where it's not about waiting for the right sign. It's about you creating the momentum so the opportunities can flow in more. Okay. It's about opening your own channel of empowerment. And that's really important. Into groove, boss up before we get tossed up. Exactly. I love that. So awesome. Laura, good to see you here. Nature loves courage. Trust that. You know what? That is so true. Nature really does love courage. So really allow yourself to do that, to really find that courage within you. Hey, Keystone, so glad you're here today. Oh my gosh, I gotta get on your channel more, as I love your energy. And for those of you who missed her episode with me, it's on the Enlighten Up channel. I'm now posting all the episodes on this channel going forward. But if you want to check out her episode or her channel, please do. Jams, love your authenticity, sister. Also appreciating some of the work you've done. Proud of yourself. Good. Don't often give yourself credit for the growth, and that's really important. You have to. We have such a program mentality to focus on the negative of everything, including the negative of ourselves, and completely overshadowing and minimizing all of our growth and accomplishments. And we've got to start really. Sometimes it's good to write them out, like kind of. Even just for the week, like write it out and feel like, wow, I actually feel good about myself. I did some good things today or this week. It's so important. Okay, awesome. Yeah, humming dragonfly. It's been bonanza crazy. Absolutely, guys. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Be prepared for that devil to keep showing up every time you level up, and don't use that as an excuse to not level up, okay? Because every time you do, you really do acquire more skills, more gifts open up for you. This is something that I have been seeing across the board with myself and my clients, that as a client shifts through something, moves through something, boom, intuitive gifts get stronger, okay? Psychic abilities get stronger. And that's really important because that's what's feared the most right now. Having that awareness and ability to tap into that energy field of the entire the consciousness of all things, the vast consciousness of all wisdom and knowledge that ever is and ever was and ever will be. It's so important. So guys, I love you so much. If you need any more information about me, everything's in the description below. My website will give you everything that you need. My alchemy program is there for you to join if you wish to join in the program. It's so nice to see it growing. It's so good to see all you new members, and looking forward because the next call I'm going to be doing from Mexico, and we're going to be doing it right after the Lionsgate portal. So that's cool. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and